You're amazing, you're brilliant, you're beautiful, you can get whoever you want, you can get whatever you want, you can do anything you set your mind to, you are one in a million. Hi guys, my name is Ophelia. Welcome back to my channel. I give advices on self-development, mental health, etc. And today I'm going to be talking about how to attract people. A warning though, before this video starts, you cannot attract everyone, okay? Listen, when you go near a person, subconsciously, they always feel your energy. And if you are actually a secure person and the other person is also secure, then it's good. But if the other person is insecure, there are a lot of ways these people react, okay, without knowing, without any intention to hurt you, harm you, whatever, but it's only unconsciously that they feel your energy. Okay, if a person is insecure, there are two ways they might react to a very secure person. One, they will envy this person, they'll get jealous of this person and they'll try to pull them down. Unconsciously, unintentionally, they will do it. They just will. They'll get jealous, this they will get to know. But if they try to pull you down, this is mostly unintentional. For example, let's say the people around you, the friends you have, they're all stagnant. Well, by stagnant, I mean to say that they are not moving in their life. They're not trying to upgrade themselves, build themselves up. But if you're the sort of person, they will hold you down. They will not, discourage you. But if they are not improving, if you're not around people who want to improve, you will catch on their energy, you latch on to this energy, and then you will be pulled down, okay? So the first reaction that an insecure person may give to a secure person is to get jealous. The second one is that they may idealize them, put them on a pedestal literally. And this is good in some ways. For example, me, for instance, I used to do this when I was insecure. But the people I used to put on a pedestal, I would always try to learn from them, I'd try to see what qualities these people have that I don't. But when I tried to talk to these people, I tried to get their attention, and they would not give me that attention, I was very hurt. I was very, very hurt because I used to idealize these people literally. Okay, so that was bad for me. And it might be bad for you too. And another way in which idealizing happens is the other person literally tries to become you. And these sort of friends, I'm telling you, they are dangerous. They are dangerous. See you as competition. They don't see you as a friend. Understand that you attract people of the same energy level. Because if somebody is below you, you're here, they will just pull you down. That's a bad situation to be in. If somebody is above you, they might just get bored of you. I do not mean to be offensive. I do not, mean to sound arrogant that I know you better than you. No, not at all. But I'm just telling you that is how it works. They might get bored of you, or if they're staying around, they're simply nice. If that's the case, do take advantage of it. Do learn from these people. And by the way, when I say high energy, when I say same energy levels, I do not mean to say that these people have the same quality as you. No, not at all. I'll explain. Listen. So there was this friend I had, okay? This friend, I learned the most from this friend. This person was my exact opposite on the surface, okay? On the surface, he was confident. I was not. I was patient. He was not. He was more practical. I was more idealistic. I was more on the selfless side. He was more on the selfish side. There were so many of these things that were completely different in us. He was calm. I was more of the anxious type. But the reason we could learn from each other was because we were on the same energy levels. See, just because somebody is on a different side of the spectrum, if this is a spectrum, this is a middle point, as I mentioned in the last video. This person starts progressing from here, and I start progressing from here. Maybe we are both on the same levels, same energy levels, but different qualities. because we started from different sides of the spectrum. So, same energy levels does not mean same qualities. But if this is the case, you can really learn from these people, okay? So, the tips that I will give in this video are to attract people on the same energy level as you. Remember that you will attract who you are. You will attract the same energy you manifest. But this also does not mean that if you attract, say, someone toxic, that means you are toxic. Not necessarily. See, toxic people go to everyone. You are the one allowing them to stay, very honestly. And also, if you are generally an attractive person in general, and even when you execute all these tips, you don't find anybody getting attracted to you, but you yourself know that you're attractive. And I do not mean attractive in just a physical sense, of course. Then you may be in the wrong place. It may just be your environment. Listen. When we are younger, right, we think the world is very small. Being open-minded is literally thinking that the world is very big and there are a lot of opinions. That's it. Earlier, our world is our school. If we are validated at school, if we are cool at school, then we are nice people, then we are cool. But what about the rest of the world? Maybe we're not meant to fit in there. Maybe we're meant for a larger place. If that's the case, go out and talk to random people out of your friend group. Maybe even change your place. Go to a different country. If that is possible, go to a different place, because social well-being is important. Try finding people on the internet, but be cautious. If you're too young to move out, if you do not feel like your family gets you, if you do not feel that your friends get you, I know how it feels. Because ultimately, if you don't do all this, if you don't find people, no matter how much you work on yourself, well, that is helpful, that is very helpful. There will come a time when you will start feeling there is something wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with you. You cannot attract everyone. You cannot make everyone happy. There are literally people who will tell you, why are you so happy? People have a problem with others being too happy, okay? Address people by their names. This tip works whether the person is secure or insecure, because this only happens at at a subconscious level, okay? So basically, while you're talking to a person, typically we only address them the first time. Oh hey, let's say Navya is the name of the person, right? Oh hey Navya, what's up? Right? And then as we keep on talking, oh, what happened next? Oh, why did you do that? We keep talking, right? But we don't address them by their name typically in the middle of the conversation. Well, start doing that. That might help you. And this really creates an impact. Saying I love you and saying I love you Navya makes an impact, I promise you. Like right now, it may not be visible, but in the long run, the person feels it. Have a high energy. Listen, looks matter. I'm not going to say looks don't matter, because looks do matter. How you look, it does attract people. But the way you can beat a good looking person is by having a high energy. Because looks can only get you so far, okay? But having a high energy, that's addictive. Especially if the person is secure. Me, for instance, I have never felt physical attraction. Honestly, I am not even joking. You may feel this is unrealistic, whatever. I do not even think of celebrities to be good looking. Honestly, I'm just being very, very honest with you. Okay. But what I do feel is there are certain people, I go near them, I feel an aura. Okay. Like that person may not even have noticed me standing there, but I feel, whoa, this person, I want to talk to them. And I'm the type of person I can approach anyone on the street and start a conversation. So I can feel a person's energy. Secure people feel your energy. And me, I do it on a conscious level. There are a lot of people who do it on a subconscious level. Okay. So high energy beats looks. How do you have a high energy? First of all, I would recommend you to become a balanced individual, for which you should watch my last video. I explained this in a lot more detail than that, but I will explain it in brief here. Listen, self development, the ending goal is balance. You need to become balanced at the end, okay? Let me explain the difference between needs and wants. Listen, if you're lying down on your bed full day, you know you should be finishing your assignment, you know you will stress over it last minute, you know you will get stressed for the exam, but you're not doing it. That is what you want to do. You just want to lay on the bed, you want to be in a comfort zone. But if you actually get up, you're saying, no, I want to do it, but I will not give in to it. I will get out of my comfort zone and I will do what I need. Okay? What you need to do is finish your assignments so that you don't stress later. Needs define your happiness, wants define your temporary satisfaction. So, when you do what you want instead of what you need, another person may not be there to judge you, but your head knows. Subconsciously, you know you wasted time. You will not have the confidence, you will not have high energy. And high energy comes when you know you're working on yourself, when you know you're constantly developing yourself, when you're confident. How will you be confident if you know what you're doing is not good? How? Also, do not engage in spreading rumors. Do not engage too much with negative people. Do not engage too much on negative social media, negative news. Listen, I never read news first thing in the morning. There's a very good reason for that. First thing in the morning, I wake up, I don't want to see this many people died on a train accident. I don't want it. First thing in the morning, I want something nice. I want something positive. I want affirmations. I want to do meditation. I will read my news, but later. Not first thing in the morning, because it carries negative energy and too much of it is bad. Okay? It's the same with people. You may think, oh, but I'm not talking with these people. I'm just here standing just because I need some people. Listen, you're catching on their energy. Negative people have a certain energy. You know they're negative. And even if you don't, subconsciously you know. And if you're one of them, it's worse. It's much worse because you are vibrating on a very low level right now. If you're around people who are very negative, they will drain you. If you're a highly sensitive person, especially like me, while you subconsciously know that you are not doing any good, you also subconsciously know that you're doing good for someone else or that you're doing good for yourself. Okay? If you try to help a person, don't just latch on to one person. Okay, that's not always very healthy. I'll not go into details, but if you help people, if you donate to a charity, whatever, if you're helping people, that will also raise your vibration. These are some ways to increase your to have a high energy, but these are only some ways. The main thing is to work on yourself, and I have explained that in my last video, so go watch that. Smile, be happy, smile. Whenever you meet a new person, smile. You see a stranger on the street, smile. You want someone's attention, just look at them, smile. Look, everybody, and I mean everybody, likes a happy person. Nobody likes a sad person. If the person really loves you, if the person is a nice person, he or she may console you, may say nice things to you, but if you are negative 24/7, people won't like you. And honestly, I don't think you will even like yourself that way. At least spend 2 hours of your day productively, being happy, doing whatever. Okay, say read a book. You will feel happy, when you actually do something nice, something productive. You will feel, oh yes, I was productive, at least for this much time, So nobody likes a sad person. So just be happy around people. And I'm telling you, high energy people, happy people, they attract everyone. It's only natural. Okay. And another thing is, there's a difference between people who are faking happiness and people who are genuinely happy. Listen, this is also something that people unconsciously feel. The energy. A person who is genuinely happy will be somewhat of a balanced individual. That person may or may not have worked on themselves, but you will feel it in their energy. And I do not mean happy like very, very excited, jumping all the time, um, dancing. No, that is not just, that may also be temporary satisfaction. That is not always happiness. But a fake smile and a genuine smile, I think most people can tell the difference, at least subconsciously. They can tell the difference. But at the same time, if you're trying to be happy, but you're not actually happy, if you're just smiling, even if you're not actually happy, there's a study that actually proves that if you just try smiling, you will automatically get happy. If you're happy, you smile, and if you're smiling, you will get happy. It works both ways. I saw a study that genuinely proves that. Not always, but it proves that. So if you try to be something, you'll become it. You'll become it. So keep trying, try to be happy and smile around people. Obviously, if you're going through a bad phase in life and you're around people who love you, let them know you're going through something bad, because in the long run, if you keep pretending, your energy will get lowered and then people will run from you anyway. Okay, so it's better to heal something now, be a little sad now, than to give it all up later. Don't be the tough person 24/7. Listen, there are certain cultures, maybe society, that makes it feel like you need to have a set schedule every day and you need to do it just like that every day. And you can easily get into the trap of this trap of being a perfectionist. It's very easy to get into it. But we are humans, we're not machines. We do wear out, okay? And if there is one day of the week that you sleep longer for, say you sleep for 10 hours on one day, do that. Do that. Are not the tough person 24/7. You, especially introverts. Now, I'm going to explain what an introvert actually is, okay? Not the definition that people have coined for introverts. Introverts are actually people who have a tendency to introspect and reflect on what they take in from their surroundings. If that person is sensitive on top of that, they take in more than other people, which really means they need time to sit down, to think about it. They need downtime basically. If you're an introvert, see how much time you can spend socializing. Note these things. Note what is too much for you, what is too less for you, what gets you overstimulated, what gets you understimulated, and even find your triggers. You are not the tough person 24/7, so stop being that. You are a human, act like a human. If you need time alone, there is nothing bad with that. You do not need to be doing something all the time. You do not need to be doing something all the time. You can go to bed in the middle of the day. You can lie for 2 hours. It is fine. It's human. I know not all people genuinely need like 2 hours of rest extra every day. But a lot of people do, and that is fine. We are all a package deal that comes with its pros and its cons. Respect those. Learn to respect those. Learn to see, notice your needs, and to give yourself that. Take rest when you need it. Do not let anybody decide when you need to take rest. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Somebody's calling you, let's say out on a hangout, whatever, and you say, I don't want to come. They say, why? What are you doing? Nothing. You're not doing anything. You're just by yourself. Just say, I need time to recharge. That's it. If somebody doesn't get that, their fault. You don't need to explain yourself. Sharing about yourself or being vulnerable, it's attractive. Obviously, if you're crying all the time, that's not attractive. But occasionally, if if you are down, and you're like a tough person, generally people see you like working hard, then seeing you vulnerable once makes them see you as human, you know. If people see you as too much of a perfectionist, they think, wow, but at the same time, they get kind of intimidated. But seeing you like that, they realize you're human too. And they genuinely, they feel they can relate more to you then. On a subconscious level, this happens, genuinely. Obviously, don't do this in front of someone whom you don't trust, but sometimes, even if you're not vulnerable, just sharing things about yourself, simple things like, say you meet some stranger on the street, and then you see them doing something, maybe an art, whatever, and then you tell them, oh, I tried Madhubani art recently. The person would, and then you start telling them about your project, the person will get attracted to you. You're willing to share more about yourself. You're not afraid to share more, you know. So it's attractive. And as well as, earlier I used to do this a lot. Now I don't do this. Now I don't need to do it. But sometimes when I would meet a new person, when I would make a new friend, I would once just tell them something that I knew was bad about me, and then I would note their reaction. So that would sometimes tell me, okay, I can trust this person in times of an adversity, or I can trust that this person will not judge me. I'm not saying test your friends. No, I do not mean to say that. But I'm just telling you that this also helps you know the kind of person you're with. This does reveal the true nature of a person. And it was not like I was deliberately saying it, like I, I I wanted someone to say it to. I was not sure if I should say it to this person, but I was like, okay, might as well become a test, right? I know some people might contradict me on this point that sharing things makes you more attractive, because there are people who speak less, um, say introverts, they speak less, but this seems very attractive, This seems mysterious. Some people, they like the mysterious vibes. So, in that case, somebody may say that sharing about yourself does not make you attractive, but personally, I think both work. Both of them work, but I stick with sharing about yourself because, honestly, I'll be very honest with you. If a person knows me well, they get to know me well, and then they see how many layers I have, they think I'm mysterious anyway. Honestly, don't be desperate or detach from places, people, things, situations, etc. Detachment is very important. When you're desperate, everything runs from you. When you attach your value to something and then you let it define you as a person, what you're doing, whether you're a good person or not, that is when you get desperate. Do not be desperate. Because, see, if a person comes into your life, they come to teach you something. And when you've learned this from that person, the unsaid contract is over, they go away. Do not try to stop this person. Do not try to change the circumstances. Just trust that if this person is going, somebody new will come. Trust your circumstances. Let life take you with its flow, okay? See things a little long term. Plan things out, but do not be rigid. Do not be rigid. Do not be desperate. Also, detached energy is a lot more attractive. Let's say I come in this close to the camera. No, that is like, give me a little bit of space, right? But if I'm here, it's just right. When you give, when you get desperate, you give too much of your energy to people, and then they just want to, move away. Things even move away. Situations, they torture you. You keep thinking about the past. You get stuck there. Be detached from things. Sit back. Let it come to you. And meditation also helps with this. Compliment the obvious. Listen, if a person randomly comes up to you on the street and starts talking, it's not easy. You know how much time I took to randomly go up to people and start conversations with them smoothly? See that you also struggled with this and compliment the person on this. It can just be one line, you don't have to make an entire musical out of it, but it plays a role. For example, I started this video with affirmations. Didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel nice? All of us here, we seek external validation. A lot of people do it, maybe because they're insecure. Even secure people seek validation. Me, for instance, if I don't get it from people, I look for it in books. I read books that have characters whom I can resonate with. We look for validation everywhere. It's also inside us. But there is only so much internal validation you can give to yourself. Human beings are social. We don't do anything alone. So compliment the obvious. For example, I remember recently this happened. There was this girl passing by me and didn't even know her. She was younger than me and she passed me a smile. And then I stopped and then I just said, "You have a lovely smile." And then I just shook hands with her and then I had to immediately go. We both had to go because we were both in a rush. But that smile made my day. I was thinking about something, I was kind of sad, but she smiled at me. And that really made me feel better. And I'm sure my compliment made her feel better too. So compliment the office. Have a good posture. Look at me. Do you think you would like to listen to me this way? No. This looks confident. This looks elegant. And by the way, use hand gestures. Hand gestures are immensely powerful. Your expressions and your hand gestures, they express your emotions, the intensity of what you're saying very well. Make eye contact as well, because looking somebody right in the eyes tells them that you're confident enough to do it. If you feel weird making eye contact with people, start with one person a day. That today I'll make eye contact with this with a person. Anyone, it can be anyone, okay? A friend, a teacher, whoever. Be a good listener. Listen, all of us, we want to talk about ourselves. We all have our own problems, our own worries. It's fine. It's fine to want to talk about yourselves. But there are rare people who will genuinely listen to you. Don't wait for the person to finish speaking and then for you to speak your point. No. Genuinely listen to the person. Listen to the person. And then try to take on the conversation from where they ended. This will genuinely show them this person has an interest in me, like in what I say. That would be attractive to anyone. Setting boundaries, being confident, saying no. Listen, you don't have to be a people pleaser to attract people. People will use you. People will use you. Do not be a people pleaser. No. Okay? Say no if you are uncomfortable with something. Set boundaries. Be firm on these boundaries. Tell people that this is my boundary. You do not cross it. And trust me, this is also attractive to people. Because if you literally settle for anything, then people will subconsciously see, oh, she settles for anything. I can treat her some way and she won't mind. As well as it shows that you respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, other people will not respect you. Why? Even you don't respect yourself. This shows in your actions. Actions speak louder than words. You need to respect yourself in order for other people to respect you. Similarly, you need to like yourself in order for other people to like you. Don't settle for less. If you have a certain expectation from a person, do not settle for it. Do not settle for it. That is how you attract high quality people. It will take time. I know it will take time. I know it's annoying. I know you deserve more. I know you deserve better. But it will be worth it. I promise you, it will be worth it. If you keep trying, but don't settle for less or not be desperate, I promise you, you will get someone who understands you. I literally, I just asked God and I manifested two people who understand me perfectly. It's not the numbers that matter, it's the quality. Yes, it's lonely at the top. Trust me, if you settle for less, then these people will just lower your vibration, pull you down. It's better to wait for the right person. Being cold doesn't make you attractive. Detachment is not about being cold. Detachment is just neither being too desperate nor being, too much of I just don't want it. You got to really want it, but not be desperate for it. Desperation is when you attach a negative energy to your want. But some people may also come and say to me, hey, but I do see cold people attracting more people than people who are sweet. Listen, fact of the matter is, you need to be a balance, neither too cold nor too sweet. But then again, it's in this world, practically speaking, I'll be honest with you, it's better to be cold than to be sweet because you will be used that way. It's not a bad thing if you're like that naturally. No, not at all. It's how the world has made it, right? So ideally you should be a balance no matter what side of the spectrum you lie more on, right? But these people who are cold, they cannot afford a balance. So because they cannot get the best, they get what is second best. They go for the next best alternative. That's it. But why are you aiming for something less? Aim for more, and then I promise you, you will have a lot more people than these people. And trust me, end of the day, they're miserable. End of the day, they're miserable. Even I used to think, oh, these people have so many people around them, and I am sweet and I don't have people. But then I got to know a few of them personally. And now I can say with conviction, with confidence, these people are miserable at the end of the day. Being passionate about something, um, it's really like cute, I think, when people keep going on and on and on about something they're absolutely passionate about. Like, if you start a conversation with a random person, you need topics to talk about, right? Typically, it will be your passion. Your passion is the thing that you know most about. So, start talking about it. It will keep you engaged as well, because if you don't have a passion, if you don't have a life, you will attach your worth to people. You will get affected by the smallest of things. You really need to have a life. And for that, a passion is important. Start talking to random people. It's something I've said throughout this video, and I will say it again. Listen, I may give you as many tips as you like. You may read as many books as you like. By the way, do read The Art of People by Dave Carpence. It's really good. Okay, you may read as many books as you like, but end of the day, if you do not put it in practice, it's useless. It is useless. Go out, talk to random people. Just go. What will be the worst scenario? I don't want to talk to you. Okay, bye. Don't you know how many people there are in the world? Honestly, just go talk to the next person. And a lot of people have even asked me, how do you start a conversation? Listen, it's not all that difficult. I'll try to give you some sort of a roadmap if that's what you want. Just start with, hey, how are you? Or if that's not the best way for you, start with, see, maybe a person is reading a book. You can pass a comment on the book, or you can say, oh, what book are you reading? They say some name. If you know the book, great. You can start a conversation about it. If you don't know the book, ask like the genre, what is it about? And then give your opinion on that genre. What books from that genre have you read? Similarly, just compliment a person passing by on their hair. Like I complimented that girl on her smile. It's easy, really. I think people do wish to be connected. A lot of them do. And I think it also really helps to know that all these people are just as socially awkward as you. Not all, but a lot of them are. I promise you, a lot of them are. Yes, you will, especially as a teenager, embarrass yourself. Um, okay, so I was always good at talking to people one on one, but I was not good in talking in a group, okay? So I remember I went to like, I was sitting in a hall, and the the person called out someone from the audience to speak, and I stuttered so much there. I could barely speak anything. People told me I sounded confident later on, which I did not think I did. I was so nervous there, and I really embarrassed myself basically, okay? I remember people laughing at me, some of them at least. But it's because that I embarrassed myself in front of an entire hall the first time that I can speak up in conversations right now. Like, who is going to remember it? Who is going to remember it? Honestly, like, can you remember something embarrassing somebody else did? Honestly, I I can't even remember anything. I can't remember anything, honestly. I can remember a lot of embarrassing things I did, but that's because we are self conscious. We are our own worst critics, right? So, embarrassment, guys, embarrassment does not exist. It's better to embarrass yourself once than to embarrass yourself forever in your life. It's all about trial and error. One of the most important things, communication. Communication is so important. Listen, looks are important, energy is important. They will only get you so far. They will only get you so far. Ultimately, it's what you talk about to people, it's how you talk to people that makes such a big impression on them. And try to explain things in a simple way, okay? If a person does not even know like the ABC of something, how can you start from the F? Honestly. So, really try to simplify things. Education is not about, making stuff harder for yourself, it's about making it simpler and easier to understand and making it accessible to other people. Dress whatever you're comfortable in. If you're not comfortable in yourself, you won't be able to talk that naturally to people. Intellect. Do you know that there's something called intellectual attraction? There are a lot of people who experience intellectual attraction. And intellect, by the way, is not about how much you know. You can be a know it all, but you may not be intellectual. Intellect is the ability to connect things, intellect is the ability to uh, find something common in the most different things. Last but not the least, be yourself. No matter who you're trying to attract, no matter how many people you want to chase you, you have to be yourself. How do you achieve this? You really need to know yourself. I cannot do it for you. Nobody else can do it for you. You can know yourself the best. Start journaling. Start observing your behavior. You can know more about this in my last video, okay? Do not try to be another person, okay? Rather, see what qualities from this person would you like the best version of yourself to have. What should your best version look like? It's like designing a home, really. For example, you do not copy somebody else's home, do you? You take ideas from, say, Pinterest, a lot of different photos you see, and then you try to make some sort of a combination of all of it. You do not blatantly copy someone's house. It's the same with your personality. Do not try to copy someone, because in that way you are attaching your worth to this person's personality. And when you'll not end up being them, you will feel low about yourself. It's fine. All of us are not the same. It is okay. It is valid to feel that, but do not try to be another person. You are great being you. We need to improve. We need to make some adjustments, but be yourself. People, just imagine you attract a lot of people, but then you have to act around all these people forever to keep them around. How long are you going to act? For me, it's like really sad if you have to act all along to keep people around you. It's not nice. You're just surrounding yourself with fake friends. It's better to have no friends than fake friends or people who pull you down. You have to understand that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something from this. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.